the last section thing will be the noise reduction, something like that. It's quite complicated, but it can also be easy. I'm not a pro on that, but since I have experienced with a little bit, I just want to share my experience with you. You can see here I have used the voice isolation, loudness, noise remover, and EQ and limiter. The reason I have to use the complicated adjustment is because the microphone is so far away from me. When to use the voice isolation, when you know clearly there is voice, you can try the voice isolation first, and here you can adjust the percentage to find the sweet spot for you. But here, what I found is I still have noise here. That's why I introduced the noise reduction. And you cannot adjust the noise remover too much because it will affect your voice, but you can try. So after I introduced the noise remover, I still have the noise. So what I do here is there's a channel EQ which you can do Command and 5 to bring up the effects. And in audio section you can do the channel EQ, right? What you can do is double click or just drag it here. Here I already have it. So let me just bring up the channel EQ here. Well, to make it simple, it's like each kind of noise has its certain frequency, and you can try to find out by tweaking it if you can reduce the noise a little bit. And because it's kind of complicated, you adjust and you listen it again. So what you can do is you select this part, because I have already enabled the Command A to do the loop. While you're adjusting, you can hear the difference. You can hear the tick sound, right? Don't worry about that, because sometimes it's because the Final Cut Pro is having problem process. You can just go back here, click the clip before it, and then play. So here you can see it's safe. You don't need to worry about that. So after introduce the channel EQ, adjust a little bit. Here you can see the sound is only around -20. That is why I introduced the loudness. But remember, it can also change the effect a little bit, so you will have to try. And the last effect is the limiter. You might be wondering, okay, seems okay, why do I need a limiter? Be honest, I'm not very good at the limiter, even after watching the tutorial on Final Cut Pro. But what I've learned is, because I wanted them to hit the -6, right? And because the microphone is kind of far away from me, so I need to boost the volume. And at the same time, okay, I think the release, just to set it somewhere around 200. It's kind of to let the process work a little bit longer after the first adjustment has been finished. Don't quote me on that, you can check the menu. So the idea is you have an output level to limit the maximum output, and then you use the gain to increase the highest and the lowest volume. Like this is highest and this is the level. You increase the highest, when it exceeds the output level, it will lower it a little bit. Wherefore the lowest is kind of here and the output level is here. So when you increase it, it didn't hit the output, so it will keep it increased but not hit the highest level. That is the idea, and I kind of find it useful. Of course, sometimes you also will do the control or minus or plus just to make sure the volume is what you need. And of course, if you have recorded the video well, you don't have to mess with it so much, and even with all these calibration, because I'm not a pro, so I kind of still not very satisfied with it, but at least it is usable. The other place is here. Actually, this is a time lapse, so no sound is recorded, and I have recorded in my cell phone, then import the sound into the clip. And sometimes you may feel it might seem lacking something because I didn't record the voice over in the similar environment. So here's what you can do. You can find a similar place, maybe no sound, and you can extend it to copy it. And of course, you can also download some sound effect from website. So I will just press Alt and then copy it to here. Then I will use up and down arrow to move it relatively, delete it, and also here extend a little bit, and then everything starts. So now you have the background music. Basically, that's it. And a quick recap. First one is it's better to record a clear and better audio with microphone, so you don't have to mess with it. And if your sound has problem, you can try isolation if you have that option, and then try noise removal. If it still has problem, you can try the channel EQ to adjust the certain frequency to try it. And if the difference between highest volume and the lowest volume in the same clip is quite huge, then you can introduce a limiter to try increase them together and set a threshold so the highest volume won't be too high. And if it works out there's no way you can adjust the volume, then the easiest way is to just record it again in similar place. If not in a similar place, just record it in a quiet place and then introduce the background music from internet or from other clips which has similar sound. Okay, then that's it. Keep creating.